Hello again everyone, and welcome to my channel, Dr. Teacher Mom, passionate about learning. Today I would like to share with you 10 ways to motivate your children to love reading. So this is essentially a life hack that I've used with my children to support them and to encourage their love of reading. Aside from the sheer joy of exercising imagination, there's a lot of research that shows that reading for pleasure improves not only literacy, but also a child's social skills, health, and learning outcomes. It gives people access to culture and heritage, and also empowers them to become active citizens who can contribute to economic and social development. You can get all of that just from engendering reading. So, of course, as parents, we need to encourage our children to love reading and love to read for pleasure so that they can read of their own free will and anticipate the satisfaction that they get from the act of reading alone. So that's the reward that they will get, just the sheer pleasure of reading. So let's begin. So my number one tip is you're the role model for your children. So you definitely need to let your children see you read. You know, if you're going to encourage them to read, then the better way to do that is to lead by example. You can read a book and talk about that book that you're reading with your children, and also how you can't wait to read before you go to bed. So it is the act of modeling this pleasure and reading for pleasure. Number two is allowing your children to read the whole book before you start to discuss it with them. So give them the opportunity to read the book before you start to pull it apart. I'm an English teacher, so I like to dissect the writer's intentions and all of that. But I allow my girls to read first, and then we can sit and talk about the book after when they've already read the entire book. The third thing is you can make it fun by taking them to an event where they can meet an author, especially an author that they're currently reading, or they're really interested in that series of books that the author has written. And if you click on the information box above, you will see a link to my daughter's YouTube channel where she actually went to meet an author. So this is a great way to promote a love for reading and to discuss their book with the author that has written it. And this may be just the thing to inspire your children to read, or even to be an author themselves someday. Number four, teach your children reading strategies. Many children don't like to read because it's hard for them. So teaching children reading strategies, for example, repeated reading, skimming, scanning, to help them feel confident and read more fluently is definitely a bonus in developing their confidence in reading. Number five, you could set up a book club with other children, and that's something that I intend to do. So book clubs and reading groups are a great way for socializing and sharing thoughts, and this interaction will definitely make reading much more enjoyable, and it also enhances their comprehension skills, because they will be discussing the book, questioning the book, dissecting the book with their peers. Number six, let your children choose their own books, right? Studies have shown that when children choose their own books, it will boost their reading ability, because of course it's something, a topic or a genre that they love or have a particular interest in. Also, make sure you have an abundance of different genres and themes in your home library for them to choose, so they have that choice and that option. Or if you don't have a home library, when you go to the library, the public library, choose a range of genres. Let your children choose a range of genres so you have that and they have that at their disposal. Number 7, use technology to create an ebook. Amazon has a great app. Children love technology, and there's nothing better than using these tools to get them to love reading. So we use the technology that we have at our disposal to really engender that love for reading. You could also download an app like Book Creator. I know that my children use Book Creator at their primary level. Right now, they're actually in the process at school in using Book Creator to write their own book. Or you could even download ebook magic as well and have them create their own books. Of course, they love sharing their books with their parents, and they can even submit their stories to iBooks. So that will make it more relevant to them. Also, will be for a specific purpose and audience. So that makes it even better, and the appeal will be much more. Number 8. Introduce your children to a book series. Whether children are into adventures or fantasy novels, there is a book series for everyone. All you have to do is find out what your children love and then get them to read the first selection. Once they get a taste of the set, they will definitely want to keep reading to find out what happens next. So there are a lot of box sets of the series, so you could get that. Christmas is coming soon, or any other special occasion like birthdays, the birthdays, you could get one of those book series, a nice gift to give to your child. Number 9, help your children to see the importance of reading. Sometimes just knowing the facts can encourage someone to see their world differently. Lay out the benefits of reading to your children. Tell them why it's necessary, why it's important to read, and this will enhance their appreciation and also encourage them to pick up a book on their own. And number 10, if you notice, I've sandwiched my top tip. Number 1 was my top one. You're modeling, you're leading by example. And number 10 is also a top tip. Let children read for at least 20 minutes daily. And I'm going to say something further on this, but this is definitely a top tip. Please comment below and tell me which one of these 10 life hacks for reading to motivate your children to read you have used or resonates with you, and you will definitely try. Please comment below in the comment section. So let's go back to our number 10 top tip. Why should we read? Why should children read for 20 minutes at home? So I've given you 3 scenarios, and this is basically from research that was done, and I've just used it to support what I'm saying. So student A reads 20 minutes per day, 3,600 minutes per school year, and you can see 1.8 million words per year, a lot, and scores in the 90th percentile on standardized tests. While student B, and you can see it's RAG rated, it's red, amber, and green. Of course, green is going to be our top, where we want to be. Amber is our middle, and red is the lowest, basically, if you're looking at it in that way. So student B reads 5 minutes per day, right? 900 minutes per school year, 282,000 words per year, and scores in the 50th percentile on standardized tests. While student C reads 1 minute per day, 180 minutes per school year, and 8,000 words per year. scores in the 10th percentile on standardized tests, where do you want your child to fall? And I think that is the question, and it is a reality check, really. If we engender reading, our children, we are basically giving them the foundation for a better life, a better future, better tomorrow. So it is a question for every parent. Where would you want your child to be? Student A, student B, or student C? And then further, if children start reading for 20 minutes per night in kindergarten, and as you see, this is research from America, so they've used the American school system. By the end of 6th grade, so by the end of primary school, year 6, for British schooling, student A will have read for the equivalent of 60 school days, student B would have read for 12 school days, and student C will have read for 3 school days. Want to be a better reader? And it just seems really simple. Simply read. There you have it. And further research, which is what I've just read, and you can have a look, so, and there's some questions. Which student would you expect to read better? And you have James, who reads for 20 minutes per night, 5 times per week, and in 1 week he has done 100 minutes of reading. In 1 month, it's 100 minutes of reading. And then compared to Travis, who would have done 20 minutes of reading, right? Then in 1 school year, he would have done 400 minutes. James would have done 400 minutes of reading, compared to Travis, who would have done 80 minutes of reading, just by reading 20 minutes per night, the difference. And then at the end, 21,600 minutes of reading compared to 4,320. So those questions can help you to put in perspective. Which student would you expect to read better? Of course, James, because he's practicing more, he's doing more minutes of reading. Which student would you expect to know more? Of course, it will be James. So all the answers are going to point to James developing his fluency, his accuracy, because of the focus on reading. And then this is just a nice little timed activity that you can use to encourage your children to read. You could print this off, and they're reading to themselves, and you could time them. So you start with 1 minute, and then you can go up, color it in to see how well they're doing each day. So basically it would go Monday, Tuesday, all the week, and each day, of course, they would be building up their stamina. So, but then by the end of the week, they would be doing the 20. And this is to help your child to want to read, and to really, if your child is a reluctant reader, to make it fun, because the timed activity, and then having this chart, having a timer go off, will give them that competitive edge and make it fun. And anything that's fun is enjoyable. So we've come to the end of yet another tutorial. Thank you for being with me, and of course, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Please also comment below and tell me what else you'd like me to share with you, or to do a tutorial on a specific topic. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.